time. Here you will see babies gathered in small groups, exploring in carefully prepared, developmentally appropriate spaces during RIE parent-infant guidance classes. In these classes, babies are free to move away from parents and come back for emotional refueling. The parents learn from observing what their babies can do and are interested in without adult prompting, while being fully present as a secure base for their babies. This same role can be played by a child care provider as well. Having learned to turn onto her tummy all by herself, Lale can rest on her elbows and have free use of both hands. She is interested in the shiny bowl. She explores it with her eyes, hands, and mouth. Graham likes the metal bowl too. He's going for it with every inch of his body, reaching for it with his right hand, moving and pushing it away. And by experimenting, he finds a way to retrieve it. He's focusing his attention to achieve his own goals and learning to efficiently shape his grasp to the shape of the object. Here's Oliver. Baskets have held his interest for several months now, and he's refined his skill in exploring and controlling them. Like Graham, he's also discovering how to deliberately shape his hand and fingers to the object. Easily sliding it back and forth. He's investigating the concave properties of the basket, inside versus outside, and all those tiny square holes. For Lale, Graham, and Oliver, everything is new, interesting, and full of possibility. The simple objects in this film can be manipulated in an infinite variety of ways. There's no need for fancy or expensive so-called educational toys. Many are everyday things, easy to find in the kitchen or bargain store. As Magda Gerber said, it's better to have passive toys and active children. Beatrix is enjoying the peaceful pace of solitary play. Babies who get together regularly in the same small group come to know and trust each other well and can learn to play harmoniously. With this early experience of peaceful proximity, they'll be prepared for the more complex social interactions needed when it's time for preschool or kindergarten. These canisters with lids are an ongoing favorite source of discovery. Like all children, Beatrix and Julian find satisfaction in repeating their actions in various ways as they come to know and understand each other and the objects in their environment. Alice plays in a more complex way with the same canisters. She's really classifying, distinguishing the different properties of the objects. Noticing differences is an important part of learning. Alice is developing persistence. She's motivated from within and has developed her own curriculum. Leo, Frederick, and Sander, all somewhat older, still enjoy the canisters. Leo easily puts the top on without first testing, and discovers another way to get it off. Nobody has to teach these children that some objects can nest inside each other. Up the ramp. Stacking cups is a significant manipulative skill in the development of spatial awareness and economy of movement. Now Alice is filling a much bigger container, giving her the chance to learn about the densities of objects and how their differing weights and velocities make them land differently as she tosses them into the box. In she goes, too. A safe environment is a trusted and familiar one. Oliver is studying the dimensions of the shelves he's been so interested in. He's noticing their shape and solidity. See the ease with which he uses his hands and his eye-hand coordination in exploring the edges of the toy shelf, and also how this is supported by his freedom to move his whole body. He pats, he looks, and squeezes the edges. This safe environment contributes to a sense of freedom, exploration, and security. Does Oliver seem to need an adult to teach him anything about these wooden cubes? Or is his own curiosity leading him to build his knowledge about the physical world? Liam enjoys moving freely through open space. Then he chooses to contain his movements, a type of self-control, as he fits himself inside the cube. Billy explores the cube as well. He discovers the limit of its depth, then takes a rest. Manipulative play unfolds in a sequential learning pattern demonstrated by the use of some unique open-ended objects provided for all ages. We don't need to change the toys all the time. As the infants mature, they use the same objects differently. The colorful rollers are being explored in a simple way by 12-month-old Matisse. And now, with more defined intentional eye-hand coordination, 14-month-old Margot discovers further possibilities. If a small group of infants is cared for consistently by the same attentive adult, then children in childcare can enjoy this same kind of peaceful, self-directed play. See how Alex, the educator, has set up the room and stays available in case a child wants to check in for some emotional refueling. When an environment is this consciously designed,